This country so beautiful and peaceful. Let's keep it that way. Violence has no place in our society. For this carnival, let's keep it violence free. Because retirement age is 65. I want you to be alive so you could enjoy your retirement like me.
Dengue is a flu-like illness spread by the bite of an Aedes mosquito infected with the dengue virus. The Aedes mosquitoes can breed even in a small amount of water accumulated in any container-like object. Mosquito breeding in public areas is a risk to you, your family, and your neighbors. Keeping your neighborhood free of disease-causing mosquitoes is for your own good and is also a social responsibility. Do not throw bottles, plastic boxes, tires, coconut shells, empty vessels, broken cisterns, or any other objects outside your home or workplace that can collect water and breed mosquitoes. Ensure the proper disposal and recycling of trash. Ensure that household waste is not dumped in drains. If water cannot be drained, use Temifos, a thin layer of oil or guppy fish to stop larvae development. Mosquito breeding grounds in public spaces such as hospitals, offices, and schools must be regularly monitored and eliminated.
Clear your calendars, Grenada. The biggest white is back. Sunday, August 13. A night like no other. And the best part, no work the next day.
Don't tell me about work in the morning, unless we're talking hard work, wine and jam.
Guess the band is ready to set the night on fire with another unforgettable performance. Joining guests, we have Skinny Fabulous. And for the first time in Grenada, Adam O. Prepare for a night of non-stop energy and mass. We're taking you straight into Juve, literally. We've got more surprises with our star-studded cast, including Mr. Killer and your favorite local headliners. Tickets are now $100 and are available from Go to Fet and Sunshine Promotion box offices island-wide. For the ultimate experience, VIP tickets are $500. This is the biggest white. Get your tickets now. The biggest white, where legends are made, memories are created, and the spirit of Grenada comes alive.
Boy, anything you can do, show me the baddest thing you can do.
Are you ready to make history? Get your tickets now.
Grenada, the time has come for you to show your son Talprey the love and respect for his contribution over the years. This is Pre-Day.
I am the job boss, certain things I end off. If I say to rent the place, then I will pay the damn cost.
Talprey turns 50, a celebration of life, the black and the gold edition. Wednesday, August 9th, the National Stadium, supported by Voice and the Top 5 Band. Lyrical.
Look at how it arch, look back.
Ola Tunji. Farmer Nappy. King Ding Dong. Groupie. Nyla Blackman.
I've been patient and I've been waiting.
Problem Child.
Watch out, that crazy people jumping up in the van.
And a special guest appearance from two of the biggest soca superstars coming for Pre-Day.
Jump on his butt, jump on his butt.
And all the Grenada superstars. Celebrity guest host, West Indies cricketer Dwayne Bravo. Get your $100 regular tickets or VIP $600 tickets now or pay more later. Gates open at 10 p.m. Showtime 11. Grenada. This is Pre-Day.
It's the 4th edition of Hubbard's Live Free for 1 year promotion. Cuatro Punto Cero. It's unbelievably amazing. You can win free fuel, free drinks, cash prizes, free property and vehicular insurance, free cable, TV and internet, free electricity, free coke, free water, free cooking gas, free paint supplies, free passes to Sunshine Promotion events for 2023, free groceries, all for 1 whole year. And every winner receives a lunch package. Be sure to fill out the entry forms and enter it into the marked entry boxes at all Hubbard's departments and at participating outlets. Promotion runs from April 1st to September 30th, 2023. Draws will be held every 2 weeks. Terms and conditions apply.
For Carnival 2023, play Monday Night Mass with the defending champion, Waggy T and friends. This year we're playing Like Yourself. Like Yourself. Package include gold printed t-shirt and tank top, lighted headpiece, lighted LED bottle, LED cotton candy sword, LED layer necklace, and LED headbands. Plus free drinks. Package costs $130 EC. Call and book your package today at 473-440-4646 or 405-3889. Like Yourself for Spice Mass 2023.
The hurricane season happens every year. We at Grenlec are always conscious of how we maintain our system, always be mindful of how we can have it ready to withstand hurricanes. That's why we have a continuous improvement mindset for our system, continuously maintaining our system, what we refer to in this industry as hardening our system. However, in January, we go through our hurricane manual. We review that with all of our staff members, so each of us know what is our response, what are our roles in terms of preparing for the hurricane season. That's prior to the hurricane season, during the hurricane, and even after the passage of a hurricane. So we know what our response and roles would be. We continuously maintain our systems throughout the year. Vegetation management in terms of tree trimming, tree cutting. We do appeal to our customers, landowners, that if they have trees that are growing close to our power lines, to allow us to cut them, to have a look at them, so we can prevent these unnecessary outages during this time. So for this hurricane season, we urge all of our customers, all of the Grenadian public, to be prepared, to be ready, so that you can have the right response should we have a hurricane this season.
Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
This is the MTV Evening News for Thursday, the 3rd of August. The news headlines come to you in association with Quartz Grenada Limited.
Be ready for school with the coolest deals from Courts. Shop today and get big discounts on cell phones, laptops, tablets, printers, televisions, and more. Plus, get a chance to win cool stuff. Shop today and pay later with Courts Ready Finance. And stay protected for up to 4 years with Super Shield Extended Warranty. Save big with great deals and head back to school in style. Only from Courts. Bringing value home. Offer ends August 23rd, 2023. Special conditions apply.
When a loved one passes on, we all need the comfort, support, and guidance of a trusted friend. You can rely on LaCour Brothers Funeral Home. We provide a personalized professional service that exceeds all expectations. Our dedicated staff responds to your every need with the greatest detail, ensuring affordability with a variety of options. Our upgraded state-of-the-art facilities, spacious air-conditioned chapel with live internet streaming, a modern, environmentally safe crematorium, the only of its kind on island, private viewing spaces, large on-site repast center, a modern transportation fleet. Join our burial society today and make personalized arrangements for that final moment as you prepare to enter your loved one into eternal rest. Visit or call LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and select a package that brings added comfort to the entire family. LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and Burial Society, continuing a tradition of excellence.
Coming up in the news this evening, Public Workers Union says contract workers are yet to get agreed upon wage increases. Governor General presents MBE to pity Martinique resident. Help needed for 5-month-old baby boy. And in sport, Grenada heads to CONCACAF Boys Under-15 Championship. We'll have the details to those and other stories. A look to, of course, at the public forecast information. So right after the break, stay with us.
The first segment of the MTV Evening News comes to your compliments Nexa Credit Union. With you wherever your road leads.
Freedom is driven to pursue that passion that keeps you up at night and makes you smile in your sleep. Freedom is bold to embrace the possibilities that can open up your world and conquer new heights. Freedom is fabulous with bits and pieces that enhance the quality of your life. Freedom is what you do with the flexibility to change path or direction when you need to. Freedom breeds ambition and purpose while having loads of fun along the way. But most of all, freedom is well deserved for the road traveled and the journey still to come. Unleash your freedom with Nexa Credit Union. Offer ends August 31st, 2023. Call us on 440-1354 or visit our website to pre-apply. Apply now. Freedom awaits.
Good evening, I'm Tony Julian with the details. It was an historic moment indeed for the people on the sister isle of Petite Martinique as Her Excellency Governor General Dame Cecile Lagrenade visited the small island for an investiture ceremony. The ceremony was held to present Emma Logan with a medal from King Charles, making her a member of the British Empire MBE for her outstanding contribution to business and community. Let's get the details from Donella Houston.
Just about 3 years ago, Petite Martinique resident Emma Logan was named on the 2020 New Year Honor List, making her a member of the Order of the British Empire MBE for her outstanding contribution to business and community. However, due to circumstances, she was unable to collect her award at the same time. Earlier this week, Her Excellency Governor General Dame Cecile Lagrenade, while on a visit to the Sister Isles, held an investiture ceremony where Mrs. Logan was presented with her award. In delivering remarks during the ceremony, the Governor General stated that the awardee went above and beyond the call of duty and has made invaluable contributions to the island of Petite Martinique and, by extension, Grenada. And this was not overlooked. The Governor General explained that the insignia is a tangible expression of Mrs. Logan's dedication to serving the nation, and it should be a motivation to others. Speaking very briefly to our news team in a telephone interview, Mrs. Logan said she felt good about receiving this award.
I'm feeling good. Had us to get it long. What you see, I was in America under medical. I did a surgery and I was there for a long time. And then when I'm ready to come down now, COVID came. And I spent a long time up there.
Mrs. Logan was the first person on the small island of Petite Martinique to own and operate a guest house. And to date, she owns Emma's Supermarket and Hardware. During the Governor General's trip to the Sister Isles, a number of other places were visited. Reporting for MTV News, I am Donella Hosten.
The Grenada Public Workers Union, PWU, wants clarity on salary increases for contract workers employed in the public service. The union registered its concern after claiming to have several complaints from contract workers that they've not received the agreed upon wage increases. We get the details from Donessa Pandrew.
President of the Grenada Public Workers Union, Brian Grimes, says the union received several complaints from contract workers within the public service that they did not receive the 4% increase that was agreed and signed on to on June 28, 2023. The PWU wants to know why contract workers are yet to see the increase.
The contract workers, on June 28th, the PW, along with the government of Grenada, or the government negotiating team rather, signed on to what we coined a historic agreement. Yes, and one of the reasons we considered it historic is the fact that contract workers who have been, whose disenfranchisement has been normalized within the public service by not receiving increases, it was in black and white that they would get increases going forward post June 28, and the period of negotiation is from January 1st, 2023, so they will get their back pay and so forth.
The increase was agreed upon as part of a 3-year negotiating cycle with a 4% increase in 2023 and 2024 and 5% in 2025.
Now, since that time, we are basically in August now. We have received a number of calls from contract workers. The gentleman to my left can attest to that, Brother Augustine, as the head of the secretariat. People are calling in, contract workers in particular. They are saying that they have not received the increases. Yes? So that is troubling, that is problematic. So what we did, in terms of following protocol, we wrote to the Department of Public Administration, right? We wrote July 13th, we wrote July 31st. We have not received a response on either piece of correspondence.
Grimes says the issue raised its ugly head in the past. However, the union is hopeful as this administration shows interest in resolving the issue.
What is causing this problem? Because this is enshrined in a collective bargaining agreement. So we are respectfully calling on the Department of Public Administration and also the Ministry of Finance, who we have not called or corresponded with, but DPA and Finance, they are basically twin organizations or ministries or agencies in relation to the human resource within the public service. We are calling on them to be very forthright with the bargaining agent, that means the union.
The 4% wage increase should have taken effect in July 2023, with retroactive payment from January to June 2023. MTV News, Donessa Pancho.
A River Road family is in dire need of your help as their 5-month-old baby boy is hospitalized due to smoke inhalation. The baby, according to his parents, must travel to Trinidad for surgery at a cost of about $50,000. We have the details in this report.
5-month-old Kendrick Johnson needs your help. This is an urgent call from the parent of the baby who is hospitalized. Baby Kendrick's mom, Silona George, explains what led to his hospitalization.
Baby have a blockage between the valve and the kidneys, and he not digesting properly, right? He keep bringing up the tea anytime he drink, and he getting dehydrated fast, and he keep losing the weight.
What is it?
He's 5 months, and currently right now he at the general hospital. It's somebody that light smoke, and the smoke go along inside the lungs and all this thing on them, and that's what really caused the blockage between the valve and the kidneys.
So Apparently, she telling you straightforward that the child inhaled too much smoke.
The baby, she says, is now in need of surgical procedure, which is very costly.
Seeking for medical attention, and we are asking for medical assistance with funds because you have to raise over $50,000 for medical treatment in Trinidad and Tobago. Okay, right now we want you all to come out and donate money to give Kendrick that treatment so he can get well fast as he can, because it's very, very, very challenging for both of us, as he said. And right now it's not the first time he's in the hospital. He was in the hospital before. He had a catheter, then they take it out because he had several infections from that catheter. So right now they take it out, and right now they're trying to develop the weight back.
The young mother says they have written several letters to the government ministries, businesses, and local organizations seeking financial assistance. However, they have not received any promises nor financial contributions. The father of the 5-month-old says he is the breadwinner of the family, and it is very challenging for him.
I'm the only one that working, so all the pressure is on me. So it's very challenging. So we hoping and looking out for help. We in a procedure now, we looking out for help, so we can't think about if. If is in the past. You understand? We're thinking about the future. We're thinking about the child going to school, the child coming back, the child hugging us. This is what we're thinking about.
Anyone willing to assist can contact baby Kendrick's parents on 459-7034.
Dr. Kellen Bubb, Associate Professor of Communications at Montgomery College, believes that much more can be done in relation to the teachings of African history in schools. His remarks come days after Grenada observed Emancipation Day on the 1st of August. Donella Hostin has more.
Unfortunately, we are still very much mentally enslaved, and our education systems are still products and legacies of colonialism and brainwashing. Quite frankly, a majority of our citizens, people of African descent, are still mentally enslaved. We talk about being liberated from physical chains, but in many respects, we are still mentally enslaved.
That was Dr. Kellan Bubb, Associate Professor of Communications at Montgomery College, reiterating how mental enslavement is a problem even within our education system. He went on to speak about the narration of the discovery of Grenada.
You ask a Grenadian student today, who discovered Grenada? Who would they tell you? Christopher Columbus. Well, where did that come from? That came from the doctrine of discovery. How would you change that? Most educational institutions in Grenada happen to be Roman Catholic. You have that quasi-public-private partnership between church and state in respect of the schools in Grenada. The education system will not teach you that the Catholic Church played a significant role in the enslavement of our people.
Almost 1 month ago, the Ministry of Education announced that Grenadian history will be taught at secondary schools from the start of the new school year in September 2023. Dr. Bubb commends this initiative. However, he is concerned about the lack of information of African lineage that is being taught.
They have made a start in respect of the introducing Grenadian history in schools. But in the introduction of Grenadian history in schools, it also must have a component about reimagining our history as history of peoples of African descent.
He went further to share some examples of what he considers misguided legacies within the education system.
Okay, when we talk about these grooming policies that your hair has to be cut, it has to be of a certain level, you cannot have Bantu knots. I mean, that is a legacy of the education system. Bleaching of the skin is another misguided legacy of our education systems. Miseducation, if you will.
Grenadian history will be taught using the textbook Junior History of Grenada, which was written by Dr. Nicole Dow. Reporting for MTV News, I am Donella Hosted.
Organizers of the Carriacou Regatta Festival say it will be a bumper weekend as the Sister Isle celebrates the annual event. One of the main organizers spoke with Donella Hosted about the upcoming activities.
This coming weekend, the Sister Isle of Carriacou is expected to be transformed as the annual Carriacou Regatta Festival commences this Friday, August 4th, to Monday, August 7th. Chairman of the festival, Leo Joseph, in a telephone interview with our news desk, said this year they are anticipating a bumper turnout as this is the second year having full-fledged celebrations since the hiatus due to the COVID pandemic.
We expect a bumper crop. Actually, the festival has been recuperating, if you will, because during COVID, everything took a damper, and we sort of got started again last year. Last year was the first post-COVID festival, and this is going to be the second. So there's incremental improvement in the festival, and we have all the usual stuff that we were used to having from years gone by, except that they're in a sort of a toned-down version.
He says while sponsorship is not as before, they are hoping for things to improve.
The sponsors are, everybody sort of hurting, they're assisting, but not to the extent that they existed prior to the pandemic. So, but hopefully, as time go on, they'll be back on stage, and we'll get the usual support from the stakeholders and the participants.
Joseph said although some of the usual participants may not be there, patrons can expect to have a good time.
See, there's going to be, remember Carriacou Regatta, the regattas, just boat sailing, and there'll be many boats sailing this year. We have a participation from a main sponsor, that is the Bakery in the Grenadines, and they're coming down in large numbers. And PM is in, and Carriacou is in. We don't have Guab this year or Woburn, but other than that, all the usual participants are there.
Joseph is encouraging people from the mainland to come up to the Sister Isle and be part of this year's festival. Reporting for MTV News, I am Donella Hosted.
Meanwhile, one of the festival's organizers, Zod Tainus, says one of the most anticipated water events of the festival is Saturday's Round the Island race. This year's event is dedicated to the late Jerry Stewart, who founded the race more than 50 years ago.
And to try and keep it alive, because a lot of these local regattas aren't, they're disappearing on us. And, Beckwith didn't run last year. Just, I don't know if it's lack of interest or the help from COVID to put things down. But I'm just looking forward to getting a bunch of people up there and having a good time and doing some racing and get out on the water. Or so for the Around the Island part of the regatta last year. I'm hoping we get a few more than that. I mean, at least 15 or something would be nice. Get a little bit of competition, get some people out on the water, and make it into something.
That's the first segment of the Evening Edition Thursday. We'll be back with more after the break.
The first segment of the MTV Evening News came to you in association with Nexa Credit Union. With you wherever your road leads.
Freedom is driven to pursue that passion that keeps you up at night and makes you smile in your sleep. Freedom is bold to embrace the possibilities that can open up your world and conquer new heights. Freedom is fabulous with bits and pieces that enhance the quality of your life. Freedom is what you do with the flexibility to change path or direction when you need to. Freedom breeds ambition and purpose while having loads of fun along the way. But most of all, freedom is well-deserved for the road traveled and the journey still to come. Unleash your freedom with Nexa Credit Union. Offer ends August 31st, 2023. Call us on 440-1354 or visit our website to pre-apply. Apply now. Freedom awaits.
Don't
Spice Mass is on, and the NLA is granting you free access. From July 15th to August 12th, every time you spend $12 in the purchase of Playway, Pick 3, Cash 4, and Lotto games, you can win free access to all Spice Mass shows, all major private shows, and Monday Night Mass packages. Look for the words Spice Mass winner on your gaming tickets, and access is granted. Guaranteed. Simply redeem your winning tickets at the NLA's office on Grenville, Grove Street, or the Coronage for free access to all the big carnival events. Over 380 free access will be granted. The more you spend $12 on the daily games and Lotto, the more chances you have at winning. Free access to carnival events. Must be 18 or older to participate. Terms and conditions apply. NLA, the only diamond sponsor for Spice Mass 2023.
Don't miss me, no mas. Don't miss me.
with an Accel Back to School loan. Visit today or call us on 435-8222.
Ring, 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 back to school loan thing. Accel Finance help you joy of learning.
In our part of the world, we need to be prepared for natural disasters like storms and hurricanes, even outside of the season. I'm sure you'll agree that keeping our loved ones, homes, and businesses safe is important. So, I came up with a few quick tips to help you stay safe. Familiarize yourself with your electrical panel, as it may be necessary to switch off the power during a storm or flood. Make sure you install a transfer or isolation switch to prevent your generator feeding electricity to Grenlec's line. If trees are too close to power lines, call Grenlec at 237 for advice. By following these easy steps, you will be well on your way to being hurricane ready. Don't be caught off guard by natural disasters. Prepare now. For more information, visit grenlec.com.
Gentlemen, Carnival 2023 is here, and there's one fete that stands out. 10 to 10 Soca Fest. Come 10 p.m. and leave 10 a.m. Money. Saturday, August 5th, Quarantine Point. 20 Soca artists, 3 live bands. Sarah the Governor. Where are you from? Where are you from? Dash. Temptress, Alba Boy, Vaughn, Muddy and Squeezan, Lil Carrie, Golden, Specky, Westways, and from St. Lucia, Ricky T. Plus, a surprise act and more. Hosted by Papi, Jabba, The Baddest, and Short Leg. Advance tickets $60, front stage $150. Includes food. 10 to 10 2023 will be a movie. Get your tickets now.
When you want to know what medicine is best for you,
check Atlantic Health.
When you want to get the most affordable medical supplies,
check Atlantic Health.
When you want medicine delivered to your home,
check Atlantic Health.
That's right. All your answers are as close as Atlantic Health Pharmacy, your community pharmacy. And guess what? We offer 24-hour delivery service with free delivery in St. George's. Just call us. Our physical store is located in Parade, St. Paul's, opposite Anvil Supermarket. Open on weekdays from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. and on weekends from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. We offer a wide range of prescription medicines, herbal supplements, and medical supplies like vitamins, nebulizers, first aid kits, and scrubs. A pharmacist and doctor are always available to answer any questions you may have. Visit us or call 415-5660 and speak with our experienced team today. Atlantic Health Pharmacy, around the corner, ahead of the curve.
The second segment of the MTV Evening News comes to you in association with the Grenada Cooperative Bank Limited.
Grenada Cooperative Bank Limited has the credit cards to suit your needs. Choose any one of our 3 Visa credit cards, Classic, Infinite, or Signature, and enjoy the affordability, security, and convenience they all offer. Get value for your money with Visa Reward Points. The more you spend, the more points you earn. Co-op Bank is giving you options. You have the choice. We've got the cards. Tailor-made just for you. Visit www.grenadacoopbank.com for more information or call or visit any one of our retail banking units.
Welcome home.
Welcome back. Disaster shelter management volunteers are engaged in training aimed at ensuring the effective performance of their duties. The training, which actually began on Thursday morning, is organized by the National Disaster Management Agency, NADMA, and is the second of 2 initiatives this year for Grenada's disaster risk reduction and developmental processes. Sheldon Roach has more.
The National Disaster Management Agency, NADMA, is hosting a 2-day session that will include the training of 30 participants from various parishes in shelter management. The training session, sponsored by the U.S. Aid Bureau of Human Association, is aimed at building capacity to manage shelters across the Tri-Island state. Deputy Disaster Coordinator Tonya Hyerson spoke on the importance of the session.
Shelter management, we know, is one definite humanitarian assistance that is needed after any disaster or even impacts of various hazards. And therefore, it is critical that persons know the operations of shelter, as well as what do we do with shelterees coming in, what services can we provide to them, and how do we make them as comfortable as possible during a disaster. And if you are not trained, then we are operating in chaos, and we cannot function in chaos.
NADMA officials believe the training is one way to ensure that volunteers can effectively perform their duties. Hyerson says all aspects of shelter management are equally important.
In shelters, you have to do the registration, the intake of their data and their information. What type of housing do they currently live in, so that after the disaster, the impact, we can then figure out, do these people now then need long-term housing? If there are going to be possibly medical incidences that can occur within shelters, how do we treat that? Who are the persons we need to contact? The psychosocial support, and that is critical. So how do persons interact with persons who have mental challenges?
Certified instructor Natasha Sutherland McEwen, one of the 2 instructors tasked with handling the training, detailed how, as a product of the program herself, the value of volunteerism.
As a volunteer, I think before we depended on persons to do things for us. However, when you go out there and become a volunteer, you become more knowledgeable. You are more aware of what is it you have to do. You may not necessarily have to hold a position, but you can also encourage someone else to do what they're supposed to do, what is required of them to do. And so volunteering has not only exposed me to becoming a trainer, but also made me more aware that I'm better able to help the persons in my community develop just as I have developed.
NADMA calls for anyone willing to volunteer to contact the agency at 440-8390 or email pr@nadma.gd. I am Sheldon Roach, reporting for MTV News.
Medical practitioner Dr. Francis Martin wants Grenadians to practice proper hygiene during the festive season. Dr. Martin says hand and respiratory hygiene during this time is paramount or of paramount importance, as respiratory illnesses and gastrointestinal diseases are very common.
Is hand hygiene and respiratory hygiene. So the old, not necessarily old, but the new adage of wearing your mask if you're coughing or sneezing, that becomes very important. Sneezing and coughing in your elbow, that also becomes very important.
Dr. Martin is also encouraging people to be cautious when eating out.
For the gastrointestinal illnesses, you really want to be careful as to where you buy your food, who is selling the food. Make sure that they're certified by the environmental health officers to ensure that what you're eating is safe. The amount of water that you use, where you get the water from, again, ensure that these are safely bought and basically just keep yourself hygienically clean. And that's the best way to avoid those illnesses. Don't forget that eating your bright colored foods, resting a lot, drinking a lot of water is one of the best ways to make sure your immune system is strong enough to be able to withstand those viral illnesses.
That's the second segment of the Evening News Thursday, with regional highlights next.
The second segment of the MTV Evening News came to you in association with the Grenada Cooperative Bank Limited.
Grenada Cooperative Bank Limited has the credit cards to suit your needs. Choose any one of our 3 Visa credit cards, Classic, Infinite, or Signature, and enjoy the affordability, security, and convenience they all offer. Get value for your money with Visa Reward Points. The more you spend, the more points you earn. Co-op Bank is giving you options. You have the choice. We've got the cards. Tailor-made just for you. Visit www.grenadacoopbank.com for more information, or call or visit any one of our retail banking units.
Welcome home. The NLA is giving you more chances to multiply your Playway winnings by adding Multi-X to your regular Playway bets to win up to 5 times more. Imagine winning as much as $1,200 instead of $240 with a $10 Playway bet by simply adding Multi-X. Place your Playway bets from $1 to $10 or in increments on your favorite Playway symbols or numbers. Then add the Multi-X option at the same value to win 2 times, 3 times, 5 times more, or free plays. With Multi-X, you must bet the same amount wagered on your regular Playway bets for your winnings to be multiplied. Grenadians, value your dreams and win your way as much as 5 times more with Multi-X added to Playway, and watch your money grow. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
At Bailey's Funeral Home, we understand the pain and grief you experience when you suffer the loss of a loved one. For years, we have helped thousands of families get through that difficult time by providing professional funeral services to meet their unique needs. Whether your choice is cremation or burial, call us or come into our new facility on the Carenage and meet with our arrangers in a spacious and comfortable environment. Choose from a wide variety of quality coffins and caskets at prices from as low as $1,900. At Bailey's Funeral Home, we believe that no one should feel overwhelmed or anxious about funeral expenses. So when it's time to plan a funeral, join a burial society, or make pre-arrangements when service and costs matter, call Bailey's Funeral Home at 440-2558 or visit us at baileysfuneralhome.org. Bailey's Funeral Home, still providing the perfect tribute any family can afford.
Reuse empty containers for storage and planting. Recycle old box, paper and wood. These practices do our environment good. If we don't separate, we would run out of space to place all this waste. That would be a disgrace. Not there.
What?
I said, not there.
Why is that?
See, plastics go here and organics go there.
Okay.
A more environmentally friendly nation begins with waste separation.
That's right.
This message is brought to you by the OECS Commission and the Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority with funding from the Government of Norway. REMLIT, tackling ocean pollution from turf to surf.
Do you know that you can lower your electricity bill by switching to energy-efficient appliances? By switching to energy-efficient appliances, you can help lower your energy usage. Your refrigerator, for example, is amongst the highest energy-consuming appliances within your home as it remains running throughout the day and night. Switching to an energy-efficient refrigerator can lower your electricity bill by up to 40%. As an individual consumer, I cannot impact global fuel prices. However, I can ease the burden of rising fuel rates by switching to energy-efficient appliances. What can you do?
Grenlink, energizing our Grenada.
For Carnival 2023, play Monday Night Mass with the defending champion, Waggy and friends. This year we're playing Like Yourself. Like Yourself. Package include gold printed t-shirt and tank top, lighted headpiece, lighted LED bottle, LED cotton candy sword, LED layer necklace, and LED headbands. Plus free drinks. Package costs $130 EC. Call and book your package today at 473-440-4646 or 405-3889. Like Yourself for Spice Mass 2023.
Grenada, the time has come for you to show your son Talpreet the love and respect for his contribution over the years. This is Pre-Day.
I am the job boss. Certain things I end off. If I say to rent the place, then I will pay the damn cost.
Talpreet turns 50, a celebration of life, the black and the gold edition. Wednesday, August 9th, the National Stadium, supported by Voice and the Top 5 Band. Lyrical. Ola Twinji. Farmer Nappy. King Ding Dong. Groupie. Nyla Blackman.
I've been patient and I've been waiting.
Problem Child.
Watch out, that crazy people jumping up in the car.
And a special guest appearance from two of the biggest soca superstars coming for Pre-Day. And all the Grenada superstars. Celebrity guest host, West Indies cricketer Dwayne Bravo. Get your $100 regular tickets or VIP $600 tickets now or pay more later. Gates open at 10 p.m. Showtime 11. Grenada. This is Pre-Day.
Clear your calendars, Grenada. The biggest white is back. Sunday, August 13th. A night like no other. And the best part, no work the next day.
Don't tell me about work in the morning, unless we're talking hard work. Wine and jam.
Guess the band is ready to set the night on fire with another unforgettable performance. Joining guests, we have Skinny Fabulous. For the first time in Grenada, Adam O. Prepare for a night of non-stop energy and mass. We're taking you straight into Juve, literally. We've got more surprises with our star-studded cast, including Mr. Killer and your favorite local headliners. Tickets are now $100 and are available from Go to Fet and Sunshine Promotion box offices island-wide. For the ultimate experience, VIP tickets are $500. This is the biggest white. Get your tickets now. The biggest white, where legends are made, memories are created, and the spirit of Grenada comes alive.
Boy, anything you can do. Show me the baddest thing you can do.
Are you ready to make history?
Get your tickets now.
The third segment of MTV News is brought to you in association with Ariza Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
Request, repay, repeat with Ariza's FlexiCredit Evergreen Loan Facility. Qualify for a FlexiCredit with limits up to $25,000 or use your home equity to qualify for more. Extra cash at your fingertips whenever you need it. accessed using your debit card, and managed using AMI, Ariza's mobile internet experience app. FlexiCredit allows you the flexibility to top up to your approved limit any day, anytime. Already a member? Send us a WhatsApp on 423-4987. New members join today to apply. Request, repay, repeat. Use your FlexiCredit for vacations, shopping, wedding, general expenses, and more. Ariza loan terms and conditions apply. Ariza Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
Welcome back. Let's now join Donessa Panchu for this evening's Regional Roundup.
This is a Regional Roundup for today. I am Donessa Panchu. Over in Mexico, at least 15 people were killed Thursday when a bus carrying local migrants lumped into a ravine in northeastern Mexico, a fire department official said. Local media reported that citizens of India and Africa were among those killed. So far, there are 15 deaths, but we fear there will be more, a fire department official said, on condition of anonymity. The bus was traveling from Mexico City to northwest Tijuana, which borders San Diego, from where numerous migrants attempt to seek refuge in the United States. In February, migrants from Venezuela, Colombia, and Central America were involved in a bus crash between southern states of Oaxaca and central Puebla, which left at least 17 dead. Deadly road accidents are common in Mexico, usually due to high speeds, poor vehicle condition, or driver fatigue. Many people rely on buses, sometimes operated by small transportation companies, serving remote communities with aging vehicles. In July, at least 29 people were killed, and a passenger bus cornered off a mountain road and fell into a ravine in Oaxaca. In Guyana, an investigation has been launched for an incident which 2 miners lost their lives late on Wednesday when a mining pit collapsed, burying them deep underground. The miners have been identified as Tristan Hastings and Rocky Norton. The incident took place at Moonlight's Back Dam, Camarang, landing in the upper Mataruni area. The 2 men were reportedly working in the mining pit after 10 p.m. local time on Wednesday when it suddenly became loose and collapsed. A police statement said the 2 men were the only ones working in the pit at the time. Another miner who was close by and noticed the collapse raised an alarm and alerted the other miners in the area, who launched a rescue operation. With the use of 2 excavators, a search team started to dig through the soil in search of the men. They were able to finally reach the bodies 2 hours after they started their search. Both men were found lifeless in the mud with multiple injuries. Police investigators who visited the scene have since transferred the bodies to Georgetown, where a post-mortem will be conducted. Guyana has recorded several mining pit collapses and deaths in recent years, raising concern about the mining practices and monitoring of miners in many of the interior mining districts. And finally, in the region, a 47-year-old man who made a false report of robbery was arrested and charged with wasteful employment. He withdrew $7,500 TT from his mother's account and went to a casino where he gambled and lost the money. In an attempt to give his mother an excuse, he told her he was robbed and had made a report to the Sangre Grande police station. Police reported that around 12:10 p.m. on Wednesday, the man of Baker Trace coal mine Sangre Grande came to the Sangre Grande police station and reported that around 10:40 a.m. he was walking along Savvy Street, Sangre Grande, in the vicinity of T-Mall when he was accosted by 2 men who are unknown to him and announced a robbery. He became fearful for his life and handed over the $7,500 TT cash, which represented the cash withdrawal made from his mother's account. Police recorded a statement from him, and Acting Corporal Ramnarain and PC Wong of Sangre Grande CID conducted inquiries and proceeded to the 8 Lime Member Club located at EMR Sangre Grande, where persons were interviewed, CCTV footage was viewed, and useful information was received. That's it for this evening's Regional Roundup. I am Donessa Pancho.
This is the MTV Evening News. We'll be back with you after the break.
third segment of MTV News was brought to you in association with Arise Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
Request, repay, repeat with Ariza's FlexiCredit Evergreen Loan Facility. Qualify for a FlexiCredit with limits up to $25,000 or use your home equity to qualify for more. Extra cash at your fingertips whenever you need it, accessed using your debit card, and managed using AMI, Ariza's mobile internet experience app. FlexiCredit allows you the flexibility to top up to your approved limit any day, anytime. Already a member? Send us a WhatsApp on 423-4987. New members join today to apply. Request, repay, repeat. Use your FlexiCredit for vacations, shopping, wedding, general expenses, and more. Ariza loan terms and conditions apply. Ariza Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
You're watching the MTV Evening News Thursday. Sporting highlights are next.
Spice Mass is on, and the NLA is granting you free access. From July 15th to August 12th, every time you spend $12 in the purchase of Playway, Pick 3, Cash 4, and Lotto games, you can win free access to all Spice Mass shows, all major private shows, and Monday Night Mass packages. Look for the words Spice Mass winner on your gaming tickets, and access is granted. Guaranteed. Simply redeem your winning tickets at the NLA's office on Grenville, Grove Street, or the Coronage for free access to all the big carnival events. Over 380 free access will be granted. The more you spend $12 on the daily games and Lotto, the more chances you have at winning free access to carnival events. Must be 18 or older to participate. Terms and conditions apply. NLA, the only diamond sponsor for Spice Mass 2023.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
Fight the fight, let's prevent dengue fever. Controlling the Aedes aegypti mosquito. So cover your drums and buckets, don't you let them breed. Put garbage in covered containers, I want you to take heed. Don't store them on tires from your house, that is a no-no. You must stay on your drains, the bush, as if your home burn the show. Search your premises, make sure no mosquitoes are in sight. Fight the fight, destroy mosquito breeding sites.
Come home to Coats Ready Cash and get ready for Carnival with a loan of $3,000 or more, and you pay nothing for 60 days. Plus, you could be eligible for a reduced interest rate. So don't miss out. Get Carnival ready with flexible payment terms, hassle-free service, and fast approval. Now, all you need is your ID, proof of address, payslip, job letter, 2 references. That's it. Apply now. Visit shopcoats.com. Come home to Coats Ready Cash. Be ready when you are. Conditions apply.
Everybody push something in the air now.
Clear your calendars, Grenada. The biggest white is back Sunday, August 13. A night like no other. And the best part, no work the next day.
Don't tell me about work in the morning, unless we're talking hard work, wine and jam.
Guess the band is ready to set the night on fire with another unforgettable performance. Joining guests, we have Skinny Fabulous. And for the first time in Grenada, Adam O. Prepare for a night of non-stop energy and mass. We're taking you straight into Juve, literally. We've got more surprises with our star-studded cast, including Mr. Killer and your favorite local headliners. Tickets are now $100 and are available from Go to Fet and Sunshine Promotion box offices island-wide. For the ultimate experience, VIP tickets are $500. This is the biggest white. Get your tickets now. The biggest white, where legends are made, memories are created, and the spirit of Grenada comes alive.
Boy, anything you can do, show me the baddest thing you can do.
Are you ready to make history? Get your tickets now.
In our part of the world, we need to be prepared for natural disasters like storms and hurricanes, even outside of the season. I'm sure you'll agree that keeping our loved ones, homes, and businesses safe is important. So, I came up with a few quick tips to help you stay safe. Familiarize yourself with your electrical panel, as it may be necessary to switch off the power during a storm or flood. Make sure you install a transfer or isolation switch to prevent your generator feeding electricity to Grenlec's line. If trees are too close to power lines, call Grenlec at 237 for advice. By following these easy steps, you will be well on your way to being hurricane ready. Don't be caught off guard by natural disasters. Prepare now. For more information, visit grenlec.com.
Grenada heads to CONCACAF Boys Under-15 Championship. That highlight and more coming up in our sporting segment. Stay with us.
The MTV Evening Sports is brought to you in association with Courts, bringing value home.
Special evening to you now, sporting fans. Here's Donella Holston with your highlights.
Good evening, sporting fans. 3 national athletes have established national records and indoor record ratification in various events. Jeanette Thomas established a national record in the 100-meter hurdles at the Mike A. Myers Stadium, Austin, Texas. Her time of 13.73 seconds erased Ruthlyn Granger's 23-year-old record time of 13.76 seconds. She also broke the national heptathlon record, amassing a total of 5,967 points, erasing her previous mark of 5,484 points. Thomas also broke the national indoor record in the pentathlon at the Randall Tyson Indoor Center, Fayetteville, Arkansas. Nazio John broke the national record in the 100 meters at the New Mexico J.C. Hobbs in the USA. He initially ran 10.15 seconds to break Sean Lambert's 23-year-old record. John later established a new record of 10.11 seconds. He also broke the national 200-meter record at the New Mexico J.C. Hobbs. He initially ran 20.40 seconds, which was also lower than Kirani James's 20.41 seconds. John broke the record with a time of 20.35 seconds. He equaled the national indoor record in the 60-meter at the Randall Tyson Indoor Center, Fayetteville, Arkansas. Nishan Pair established a new national indoor record in the high jump at the Staten Island, New York Ocean Breeze Athletic Complex. He jumped 2.18 meters to erase Kurt Felix's record of 2.17 meters. Grenada will be among 71 Commonwealth nations participating in the August 4th to 11th Games. The Spice Isle has a contingent of 12 athletes and officials. According to the Olympic Committee, Grenada's team of athletes have invested much time in preparation and they are looking forward to the challenge of competing against their overseas rivals. Among the medal prospects are track athletes Ethan Sam, the 2023 Junior Carifta Games 100 meters under 17 silver and 200 meters bronze medalist, and Rayvon Telesford, 2022 under 17 javelin bronze medalist. The Games will be a history-making event for Paralympics in Grenada. Shot put competitor Tyler Smith will become the first athlete from the Spice Isle to participate in an international junior game. Friday 4th, athletes from the competing countries will kick off in the Trinbago 2023 Commonwealth Youth Games during the opening ceremony at the Hazley Crawford Stadium in Port of Spain. Trinidad and Tobago Minister of Sport and Community Development Shamfa Cudjoe said she doesn't expect any major problems despite the late finish to venues for Trinbago 2023 Commonwealth Youth Games. The Grenada Football Association's President Marlon Glean, General Secretary Carl Lee, Second Vice President Randy Campbell, along with coaching staff, held a meeting with parents of the national under-15 boys team as they prepare to depart the island on Sunday, 5th August, ahead of the CONCACAF Boys Under-15 Championships in Curacao. Both Curacao and the Dominican Republic will host the 2023 CONCACAF Boys Under-15 Championship. The fourth edition of the competition will take place between August 6th to 13th, 2023, and will include the participation of 42 boys under 15 teams, 40 from CONCACAF, and 2 guest nations from the Asian Football Confederation. The competition will continue to be played in a 3-league format, A, B, and C, starting with group stage play and followed by a knockout stage. Nearly $100,000 was raised for the team through 2 fundraisers. And that's it for this evening's sports. I am Donella Hostin.
Thanks, Donella, for the latest sporting highlights there. And viewers and listeners alike, when we return, we'll have the public forecast information for you and then a recap of the main stories.
The MTV Evening Sports was brought to you in association with Quartz, bringing value home.
MTV Weather Report comes to you in association with Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
We believe in possibilities. We are strong. Together, we are Grenada.
Good Thursday evening, viewers. Once again with the nighttime weather forecast and meteorologist Dwayne Williams. Fair conditions prevail throughout the southern part of the Caribbean, but the Central Islands saw bits of more showers. Into the afternoon, some of those showers did continue. The axis of that tropical wave is passing through the islands, will bring relatively light winds tonight, but behind it, we do have a bit of convection that is going to move into the area, bringing some scattered showers from tonight into Friday. The next tropical wave continues to move towards islands. Significant convection behind that system, so we keep our eyes to see how that is going to play out. Here's most of it drifting north of the island chain. We could expect a slight decrease in visibility maybe next 3 or 4 days. Right now, most of the showers in the region concentrated over the northern islands of the northern central part of the Eastern Caribbean. This is area that we are looking at. It's expected to bring heavy showers to Trinidad on Friday and into Saturday. So we do have convection in the area, quite a bit of moisture. Any showers you see should be sharp and brief. And that is the forecast for Thursday night. Some brief sharp showers, easterly winds 5 to 15 miles per hour, minimum temperature around 24, and there's a 70% chance of those showers occurring. The moon is going to rise later at 8:31 and set tomorrow morning at 8:41. On Friday, variable cloudy conditions with a 50 to 60% chance of some showers. Northeasterly winds between 10 and 22 miles per hour with normal seas and 4 to 5 foot waves. The sun is going to rise at 5:54 and set at 6:31, but it will be hot on Friday. 32 will feel like 34. Showers in Port of Spain, showers in Bridgetown, but mostly in the morning with scattered showers also in Kingston. Thunderstorms in Miami and New York, showers in London. Here at home, with that instability and moisture in the air, expect some showers on Saturday and Sunday, mostly on Saturday, how it's looking right now. Partly cloudy conditions for the start of next work week. By the middle of the week, we should be seeing some clearing into Friday. Temperature will be around 30 on over the weekend, increasing gradually through the next week. That is it for me for Thursday night, folks. Have yourself a great night. Remember, you can join me again right here on Friday.
MTV Weather Report was brought to you in association with Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
And now to end the news, a recap of the headlines. The Public Workers Union has said contract workers are yet to get agreed upon wage increases. Governor General has presented an MBE to a Petit Martinique residents. Help is needed for a 5-month-old baby boy. And in sport, Grenada is heading to CONCACAF Boys Under-15 Championship. We've had details to those and other stories, a look to at the public forecast information. And so now, on behalf of the News and Production Departments, I'm Tony Julian. We all thank you for viewing and wish you a good night.
At Bailey's Funeral Home, we understand the pain and grief you experience when you suffer the loss of a loved one. For years, we have helped thousands of families get through that difficult time by providing professional funeral services to meet their unique needs. Whether your choice is cremation or burial, call us or come into our new facility on the Carenage and meet with our arrangers in a spacious and comfortable environment. Choose from a wide variety of quality coffins and caskets at prices from as low as $1,900. At Bailey's Funeral Home, we believe that no one should feel overwhelmed or anxious about funeral expenses. So when it's time to plan a funeral, join a burial society, or make pre-arrangements when service and costs matter, call Bailey's Funeral Home at 440-2558 or visit us at baileysfuneralhome.org. Bailey's Funeral Home, still providing the perfect tribute any family can afford.
Godfrey Thomas Hippolyte, also known as Shark, Dads or Stubbles, a well-known fisherman of Montmorot St. George, died on Wednesday, 12th July 2023, at the age of 70. He was the son of Ermi Cynthia Seals, husband of Jacqueline Teresa Hippolyte Batiste, father of Keith Williams and Sherry Ann Davis Williams, brother of Wayne Whiteman in England, Iona Seals and Ina Hippolyte in Canada. Extended brother of many, including Dr. the Right Honourable Keith Claudius Mitchell and Victor Lord. Many cousins, including Roger Superville, Robert Seals, Lillis and Davina Powell, and Stormy Hippolyte in the UK, and many others too numerous to mention. Close and dear friends Claudette Williams, Larry and Brenda Griffith, Ryan St. John, Gemma Seals, Lennox and Gina Nash in the USA, Norge Mitchell and family, and Amy Noel. The funeral of the late Godfrey Thomas Hippolyte, also known as Shark, Dads or Stubbles, of Montmorency St. George, will take place on Friday, August 4th at 1 p.m., with tributes commencing at 12 noon. Funeral service will be held at the Lacroix Brothers Funeral Chapel, Cemetery Hill, St. George's, and interment will be at the Wilberforce Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Clint John Thornhill, also known as Police, of Constantine St. George, passed away on Tuesday, 27th June 2023, at the age of 27. He was the son of Carol Thornhill, stepson of Lawson Richards, brother of Anisette, Chatonia, Shireen, Ronetta, Twaint, Shondell, Atiba, and Rondell, grandson of Vida and Twine, uncle of many including Keloni, Cherise, and Trey, nephew of Nurse Beverly Menz, Indra and Leslie Ann Williams, Trevlyn Batiste, Nadine and Natalia Antwine, Judy Thomas, Veronica James, Nigel Downs, Eddie, Edmund, and Charlton Thornhill. Many cousins, other relatives and close friends including Kelvin Bubb, Samantha Batiste, Mondell Batiste, Katisha Smith, JJ in St. Martin, Rondell, Rhea, the boys of Boca, Vendham, and Sanku, the Thornhill family of Grandons, the Andrews family of Caliste, Nurse Bagwan, the staff of Protection Bakery, the principal and staff of Boca Secondary School, and friends and neighbours of Boca, Constantine, and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Clint John Thornhill, also known as Police, of Constantine St. George, will take place on Friday, August 4th at 2 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Vendham Pentecostal Church, and interment will be at the Vendham Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacroix Brothers Funeral Home.
When a loved one passes on, we all need the comfort, support, and guidance of a trusted friend. You can rely on Lacroix Brothers Funeral Home. We provide a personalized professional service that exceeds all expectations. Our dedicated staff responds to your every need with the greatest detail, ensuring affordability with a variety of options. Our upgraded state-of-the-art facilities, spacious air-conditioned chapel with live internet streaming, a modern, environmentally safe crematorium, the only of its kind on island, private viewing spaces, large on-site repast center, a modern transportation fleet. Join our burial society today and make personalized arrangements for that final moment as you prepare to enter your loved one into eternal rest. Visit or call Lacroix Brothers Funeral Home and select a package that brings added comfort to the entire family. Lacroix Brothers Funeral Home and Burial Society, continuing a tradition of excellence.
Samson Edwards, also known as Mr. Ben, Parent Sams, and Daddy of Central Guava State St. John, passed away on Monday, 17th July, at the age of 94. He was the father of Euris, Raul, and Judith Rawlins in Canada, Laurie in Guyana, and Paul and Andy in the USA. Adopted father of Dotica Elias, also known as Poon. Grandfather of 24 including Luan Jordan, Sharon Julian, Akida Antwine, Carvel, Chanel, Wendell, Jonathan, Raquel, and Sky Edwards. Great-grandfather of 19. Brother of Gordon Edwards. Father-in-law of Carlisle, Soup Redhead. Teresa Edwards, also known as Coolie. Jean Edwards, and Sandra and Carla Edwards. Uncle of many including Oswald Edwards and Joy Francis. Augustus Edwards in Trinidad. Many cousins, other relatives and close friends including Catherine Joseph, Montonia Monroe, Debbie Alexander and family, Omar Rush Duncan, Elvin Rush, Cupid Duncan, Pompey family in the UK, Patricia Thorne, Susie and Agatha Alexander, Andy Joseph, Romney family, Ennis Augustine and family, Francis and Edwards family, Josephine Jones and family, staff of the Hillsview Home, geriatric caregivers, friends and neighbors of Dr. Bell, Central Guava Estate, Mongo Road and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Samson Edwards, also known as Mr. Ben, Parent Sams and Daddy of Central Guava Estate St. John, will take place on Wednesday, 9th August at 12:30 p.m. The funeral service will be held at the Guave Anglican Church and the interment will be at the Douglaston Cemetery. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Lockwar Brothers Funeral Home.
Robert Ezra Harold Samuel, also known as Robbie, or Robert Samuel I of Belmont St. George, passed away on Saturday, 15th July 2023, at the age of 40. He was the son of Charmaine Samuel and Harold Williams, husband of Rachel Samuel, father of Marcus and Makeda Samuel, brother of Harlan and Shania Williams, many aunts and uncles including Vincent, Eric and Betty, many other relatives and friends including the Samuel, Dubiset, Williams and Cox families, Roxanne Ned and family, Marigold and family, the Steele family of Carriacou, John Langine, Kim Regis, Kadeen Francis, Zeri David, Ryan Thomas, Lester Smith, Boydie, Bumpy and the rest of the lads of Little London, Kellen Bubb and family, Alistair Charles and family, Pastor Crow and members of the New Life Fellowship Church, Pastor Gilbert and members of Springs Open Bible Church, the IDH group of Tam Sisi, the GBSS FC and GBGSS Old Boys, and friends and neighbors of Belmont, Springs and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Robert Ezra Howard Samuel, also known as Robbie, or Robert Samuel I of Belmont St. George, will take place on Wednesday, August the 9th at 12:30 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Springs Open Bible Church, and interment will be at the Belmont Family Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Jocelyn Moses, also known as Dulcie and Mama, of Marley St. Patrick, who resided at Mount Plaisir, St. John, passed away on Monday, 24th July 2023, at the age of 86. The funeral arrangements for the late Jocelyn Moses, also known as Dulcie and Mama, of Marley St. Patrick, who resided at Mount Plaisir, St. John, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Godfrey Winston Thorne of River Road, St. George, passed away on Saturday, 29th July 2023, at the age of 82. The funeral arrangements for the late Godfrey Winston Thorne of River Road, St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Bridget Hannah Dora Edwards Campbell of River Sally St. Mark passed away on Tuesday, 18th July 2023 in Trinidad, at the age of 73. The funeral arrangements for the late Bridget Hannah Dora Edwards Campbell of River Sally St. Mark will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. David Aird of Lothers Lane, St. George, passed away on Thursday, 27th July 2023, at the age of 76. The funeral arrangements for the late David Aird of Lothers Lane, St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home.
Roy Roland Bubb, also known as Vincy or Blacks, of La Poterie St. Andrew, died on Friday, 28th July, at the age of 51. The funeral arrangements of the late Roy Roland Bubb, also known as Vincy or Blacks, of La Poterie St. Andrew, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home.
Anne-Marie Joseph, also known as Valerie Coutain and Val, of Frequente St. George, passed away on Thursday, 27th July 2023, at the age of 68. The funeral arrangements for the late Anne-Marie Joseph, also known as Valerie Coutain and Val, of Frequente St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Melissa McIntyre of Palmist St. John died on Wednesday, 26th July 2023, at the age of 50. The funeral arrangements for the late Melissa McIntyre of Palmist St. John will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home.
Eileen Ross Tron of Laborie St. George passed away on Monday, 24th July, at the age of 81. The funeral of the late Eileen Ross Tron of Laborie St. George will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home.
The management and staff of MTV extend deepest condolences to those of you whose loved ones have passed on. Thank you for watching.
When death has come and taken a loved one, it leaves the home so empty and bare. But cheer up, my brothers, live in the sunshine. Why? There's a recording of scripture in John's Gospel, chapter 11. Jesus was about to do the final messianic miracle. Raise someone that was dead 4 days, someone that was dead more than 3 days from the dead. And as he was approaching the tomb, he told Mary, he says, if you would believe that I am the resurrection and the life, though he were dead, yet he would live. And if you believe and you're alive, you will never die. To understand that gives us a greater hope than having a large bank account. To understand that if you are in Christ and you've asked for forgiveness of your sins and you've asked Jesus to make you one of His, you will live eternally, and when that time comes, you will leave this body and you'll be absent from the body and present with the Lord. That hope takes the fear of death away and the pain of grief. Friends, death is real, but you don't have to die. You can trust the Lord Jesus Christ, and He'll take care of you. He'll receive you into His kingdom. And there you'll be eternally with Him. Or you could choose not to and be eternally separated into a place of darkness and death. It's called the second death. So as you listen today, may you consider wisely, and God bless you. In Jesus' name, amen.